The Great Flood is a recurring theme found in the cultural myths, religious texts, and oral traditions of civilizations worldwide. These stories often describe a catastrophic deluge that destroys much of life, sparing only a select few individuals who rebuild humanity. Massive flooding events have shaped human history and geography. Scientists point to several possible origins of the flood narratives. The end of the last ice age, around 12,000 years ago, saw a rapid glacier melting that led to dramatic rises in sea levels, possibly inspiring ancient communities to create flood myths. Additionally, the Black Sea flood hypothesis, about 7,500 years ago, suggests that the sudden flooding of the Black Sea basin from the Mediterranean could be one of the inspirations for ancient flood myths. Localized but catastrophic floods in Mesopotamia, the Indian subcontinent, or along rivers like the Tigris, Euphrates, and Nile likely influenced cultural storytelling. Across cultures, Great Flood narratives share common themes, such as divine retribution, rebirth, and survival. Here are some famous examples. The Epic of Gilgamesh, one of humanity's oldest known texts from around 2100 BCE, describes the story of Utnapishtim. Warned by the god Ea, Utnapishtim builds a large boat to survive a flood that the gods sent to cleanse humanity. After the waters recede, he offers a sacrifice, and the gods grant him immortality. In the Bible's book of Genesis, God sends a flood to cleanse the earth of wickedness. He commands Noah to build an ark and save his family, along with pairs of every animal. After 40 days of rain, the floodwaters recede, and Noah's ark rests on Mount Ararat. The story symbolizes judgment, redemption, and renewal. In Hindu tradition, the sage Manu is warned by Vishnu, in the form of a fish, about an impending flood. Manu builds a massive boat and survives, helping to repopulate the earth. This tale, found in ancient texts like the Satpatha Brahmana and Puranas, highlights cycles of destruction and creation. Deucalion and Pyrrha, in Greek mythology, faced a flood sent by Zeus to punish humanity for its wickedness. They survived by building an ark and later repopulated the earth by throwing stones over their shoulders, which turned into people. This story really emphasizes rebirth and divine judgment. The Great Flood of Gunyu, from Chinese mythology, tells of floodwaters covering the entire world for years. The hero Yu, aided by divine intervention, tamed the floods through engineering and hard work. This legend reflects humanity's resilience and ingenuity in the face of disaster. Many Native American cultures have flood narratives. For example, the Hopi believe a flood was sent to cleanse the world of immorality, sparing only the faithful. The Ojibwe tell of Nanabojo, who survived a great flood by clinging to a floating log. Some Australian Aboriginal stories recount floods sent by ancestral spirits to punish people. These tales are tied to moral lessons and warnings about balance with nature. The Kwaya people of Tanzania have a story of two children who survive a flood by floating in a hollowed-out tree. This reflects themes of survival and renewal. Shared themes in flood narratives often include divine judgment and cleansing, where many stories attribute floods to gods or higher powers as punishment for human wickedness or imbalance. Survival and resilience are also central themes, with a small group of people or animals surviving, symbolizing hope, renewal, and the chance to rebuild. Flood myths often serve as moral lessons, emphasizing the consequences of greed, corruption, or disrespect for the divine. Finally, floods represent both an end and a beginning, marking the transition to a new age or era, embodying the cycle of destruction and creation. The universality of flood stories speaks to their deep resonance within human consciousness. They serve as metaphors for renewal, warnings about environmental imbalance, and reminders of humanity's vulnerability in the face of nature's power. Whether these tales are rooted in specific historical events or collective memory, they continue to inspire awe and reflection.